Kylie Jenner isn't just a celebrity. She's a cultural weather system. One post from her can flip a beauty standard overnight. One product drop can freeze an entire website. And one public appearance can unleash conspiracy theories, millions of views, and days of headlines. She's been famous since childhood, scrutinized since adolescence, and dissected by social media more than almost anyone of her generation. Yet somehow she keeps reinventing herself again and again and again. But right now, Kylie Jenner is entering one of the strangest, most unpredictable, and most gossiped about chapters of her entire career. And fans are convinced something bigger is happening. Kylie Jenner is everywhere again, not just for beauty launches, but for a wave of viral moments that have shoved her straight back into the center of pop culture. Her relationship with Timothée Chalamet has dominated the internet. Their Golden Globes appearance, whispering, laughing, and looking impossibly cozy, became one of the most viral clips of the year. TikTok, Twitter, even news outlets couldn't get enough. Some called it unexpected. Others called it Hollywood strategy. Meanwhile, Kylie Cosmetics is having a rebirth moment. New drops, brand revamps, and behind-the-scenes clips have fans reliving the lip kit era of 2015. Beauty creators are comparing formulas, calling out improvements, and speculating whether Kylie is preparing a full-scale brand evolution. Even her casual posts are hitting different. Simple GRWM videos, soft launch fashion shots, candid moments with Stormi, all over Explore pages. Even her streetwear paparazzi pics spark aesthetic breakdowns and thousands of comments. And fans have noticed something else. Kylie is shifting again. A new look, a new tone, a new energy. Some say it's the return of King Kylie. Others say she's building a softer, more mature identity. Either way, everybody's watching. Because Kylie Jenner isn't just relevant. She's the blueprint for modern fame, childhood stardom, internet backlash, billion-dollar business moves, breakups, scandals, reinventions, and somehow she always comes back stronger. But to understand how she got here and what this new era might really be, we need to go back, way back, to where her story actually began. To understand who Kylie Jenner is today, the reinventions, the influence, the viral moments, you have to go back to the beginning. Because unlike most celebrities, Kylie didn't stumble into fame. She was born into it. Kylie Kristen Jenner entered the world on August 10, 1997, in Los Angeles, California, the youngest daughter of Kris Jenner and Olympic gold medalist Caitlyn Jenner. Her family was already well known. But Kylie arrived just as something bigger was forming, the Kardashian-Jenner media empire. And everything shifted when she was only 10 years old. In 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered, a reality show that would soon redefine pop culture. Millions watched the family's lives unfold, including Kylie's childhood. Viewers saw her as the energetic, mischievous little sister, joking, stirring chaos with Kendall, stressing over school, and figuring out who she was in front of cameras. But unlike her older sisters, Kylie didn't get to grow up privately. Her teenage years, the awkward phases, insecurities, friendships, breakups, all played out on national TV. Fans loved her humor, her confidence, and her slightly rebellious energy, traits that made her stand out from her more polished siblings. And while most teenagers were figuring out what they liked, Kylie was already dipping into business. At 14, she and Kendall launched their first clothing line with PacSun, simply called Kendall and Kylie. It took off quickly, leading to more collaborations, jewelry lines, and modeling campaigns. It was clear even then, Kylie wasn't just riding the fame wave. She was learning how to build something of her own. But her first major turning point came from something much more personal. Her insecurities about her lips. On KUWTK, she talked openly about feeling self-conscious, and viewers watched her experiment with makeup, overlining, contouring, creating what would become her signature lip look. What started as a teenage insecurity quietly became the foundation for an entire beauty movement. Outside the show, Kylie's social media exploded. Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, she dominated all of them. People copied her style. Beauty creators replicated her techniques. trend cycles started shifting around her. This was the rise of King Kylie, an era where Kylie went from the youngest sibling to the internet's favorite it girl. She became the most followed sister on Snapchat, and rumors at the time suggested that even major brands and artists began referencing her style. And this is what made Kylie's rise different from the rest of her family. She didn't rely on the Kardashian name. She created her own identity inside the dynasty. This era didn't just introduce Kylie Jenner to the world. It built the foundation of one of the most powerful personal brands in modern pop culture. Kylie's rise was fast, but it wasn't smooth, because the same fame that lifted her also tested her, reshaped her, and at times nearly swallowed her whole. As she went from being the goofy kid on KUWTK to a full-blown teenage icon, the spotlight got harsher, and the first controversies of her adult life began to surface. One of the earliest and most debated moments involved her connection to rapper Tyga. Reports and online speculation suggested they grew close when Kylie was still under 18, and as photos of them together circulated, her look evolved, her style transformed, and online discussions around her lips intensified. Kylie initially denied altering them, but eventually, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, she opened up about her insecurities and confirmed she had gotten fillers. But controversies didn't stop there. As her influence grew, Kylie became a lightning rod for internet scrutiny. She was accused of cultural appropriation for certain hairstyles and editorial shoots. Online debates formed around beauty standards, photo editing, and the impossible expectations placed on young women, especially those in the spotlight. But nothing shook her public image more than what happened in 2019. When Forbes announced Kylie Jenner as the youngest self-made billionaire, the internet exploded. Fans celebrated. Critics questioned the term self-made. And a year later, Forbes revisited their calculations, claiming her team may have provided inflated revenue figures. Yet controversies weren't limited to business. Kylie's love life fueled endless online conversations, especially her relationship with Travis Scott. They were first linked in 2017, quickly became inseparable, and within months, Kylie was pregnant. And then she did something no one expected. She vanished. No red carpets, no Instagram clues, no public appearances. For 9 months, Kylie hid her entire pregnancy. A move that shocked the world when she revealed Stormi's birth in an emotional YouTube documentary titled, "To Our Daughter." It became one of the most watched videos of the year, showing just how intensely the world followed her every move. But even that relationship wasn't untouched by chaos. Then came the Astroworld tragedy in 2021, one of the darkest chapters connected to her public life. Kylie, who was in attendance, released a statement saying she wasn't aware of casualties until after the show. And in between these heavy moments, Kylie still went viral for reasons no one could predict. The rise and shine meme, the Kylie swim quality controversy, makeup influencer drama, appearance debates, and countless paparazzi clips that turned into trending memes overnight. Every moment, good or bad, rewrote a piece of her public identity. These controversies weren't the downfall of Kylie Jenner. They were the pressure points that shaped the empire she would build next. Because everything that tested her eventually fueled her. Kylie was quietly preparing the shift that would change her entire life. This is the chapter where Kylie Jenner went from reality TV star to a generational business force. And it all started with one insecurity, her lips. The same thing she once tried to hide became the blueprint for a brand that would shake the entire beauty industry. In 2015, when she announced the first ever Kylie lip kits, when the lip kits dropped, 15,000 units vanished in under a minute. The site crashed. Fans panicked. Resellers listed the kits for hundreds of dollars. And suddenly, Kylie Jenner wasn't just a celebrity. She was a beauty mogul. Her strategy became the future of marketing. As her following skyrocketed, so did her product line. More lip kits, eyeshadow palettes, glosses, highlighters, seasonal drops that sold out in seconds. By late 2016, barely a year after launching, industry estimates suggested over $300 million in revenue. But the real turning point came in 2019. Coty Incorporated, a global beauty giant, reportedly acquired 51% of Kylie Cosmetics for around $600 million, valuing the company near $1.2 billion. It was one of the biggest deals ever made with an influencer-founded brand. Pushed Kylie into boardrooms, not just photo shoots. And it proved she wasn't just selling makeup, she was building a corporation. And she didn't stop there. She launched Kylie Skin in 2019, a minimalist skincare brand that sold out instantly. Then came Kylie Baby, inspired by Stormi, Kylie Swim, Kylie Fragrance, and collaborations with Kendall that became instant social media events. What makes Kylie's business model so powerful is her biggest advantage, her social media empire. With hundreds of millions of followers, she essentially built a free advertising network. Every selfie was an ad. Every GRWM video was a marketing campaign. Every launch was a global event. Beauty brands that had dominated for decades suddenly had to compete with a teenager filming lip swatches on her phone. According to marketing analysts, Kylie was one of the first to prove that a smartphone plus a ring light plus a massive online audience could outperform legacy brands with billion-dollar budgets. As for her net worth, Forbes and other financial publications estimate Kylie's current wealth approximates $700 million, depending on market shifts and brand performance. While she no longer holds the billionaire title, she remains one of the richest and most successful beauty founders in the world. For all the numbers, all the brands, and all the headlines Kylie Jenner has generated, there's one part of her story that explains her global influence more than anything else. Because at the core of everything, the makeup empire, the viral moments, the reinventions, there's a community that made it possible. Her fans. The people who didn't just watch her life, they grew up with her. With nearly 400 million followers on Instagram alone, Kylie has one of the biggest social media footprints on the planet. But beyond the numbers, it's the emotional connection that stands out. There are viral clips of fans crying when they meet Kylie at events or pop-ups. Fans say those rare interactions feel personal, even intimate, like she sees them just as much as they see her. TikTok and Twitter amplify this bond every day. Whenever Kylie changes her hair color, drops a GRWM, or posts a cryptic caption, hashtags trend within minutes. Hashtag Kylie Cosmetics. Hashtag King Kylie. Hashtag Kylie Skin. Hashtag Rise and Shine. They admire her confidence, the way she reinvents herself instead of letting critics define her. They admire her work ethic, creating brands, building lines, expanding into new industries. They admire her role as a mother, the soft, calm moments she shares with Stormi and Air. And many say that even though Kylie grew up in the most intense spotlight imaginable, she still finds ways to remain relatable, all while millions watch. Because Kylie's story isn't just a story about fame or beauty products. It's a story about transformation, about taking insecurities and turning them into a billion-dollar idea. From a kid joking around on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, to the visionary behind one of the most influential beauty companies in the world, to a social media giant whose posts can shift conversation instantly, Kylie Jenner didn't just follow the rules of modern celebrity. She redefined them, and whether people admire her, analyze her, doubt her, or defend her, one thing is undeniable. Her impact on beauty, business, social media, and pop culture is far from over. This is Kylie Jenner,